To whomever gets drawn to watch this, hi. I am here to channel whatever message it is through whatever words it is that come through to me that are also for me, but we're meant to reach whoever it is that is reaching it, who it is reaching right now. Sound like I was just rapping or something for a little bit? No. That's just me and my speech. I fickle around different words sometimes and I get caught, but ignore it. You'll get used to it. I'm still not used to it, but hopefully you will get used to it. I also just wanted to be vulnerable. I wanted to be vulnerable with you guys about my dealings and something that I've been battling with for a really long time, longer than what I am even really able to pick up on of how long it's been. Especially because I really don't remember the exact moment when it started to happen, when I allowed it to happen. And when that moment happened that I didn't know at the time, my higher self always knows, but I consciously didn't know that I needed to heal that by letting go of whatever situation it is that happened in or when, and let it go and not carry it with me. I've been carrying it with me for all these years. Who knows how old I was? And I know it's the exact same thing that's happened to you guys too, because we're all the same. We're all the same. And the more that you observe people in a non-judgment way where it's nothing but just pure love, where you're seeing people through the lens of love, how God would see us all, you realize how much we're all alike. We're all alike. It's amazing. It's amazing to realize and to witness how much alike we all are. But still notice all of the beautiful, unique little differences that we bring to the table and that we offer to this world. And based on that, I want this conversation to kind of revolve around breaking the fear, breaking through the fear of being yourself. Letting go of the traumas of whatever situations it is that you've been gathering as life goes and unfolds and as the days pass. Holding on to these traumas that don't serve us in a good way. What's keeping us bound to something that isn't us, because when we're not being our true selves, we're not being ourselves. We're just, it's pretty obvious, right? So it's like we're cheating ourselves out of life. We're cheating ourselves out of beautiful moments that we can share because we're scared about what someone's gonna say. We're scared about how someone's gonna feel. We're scared about how someone's gonna react, or how they're not gonna react or not feel or not say. But we're cheating ourselves. And at the same time, when you think about it, you're also cheating that other person too, from being able to get and receive and feel your true authentic self. It's like we're just giving them just a shortcutted version of the bigger picture of who we really are. It's kind of like if you just watch movie trailers and you never really watch the movie. Or you just watch a scene and then you don't watch the entire, all of it. Like, what? I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't. But when you really think about it, that's what we're doing. When we're living in fear of breaking free and breaking through this shell that we've created along the years from different experiences that we've all been through, that's made us shove ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper into our shadow side and suppress whatever it is that we want to do, whatever it is that we want to say, however it is that we truly feel and express that, we continue suppressing it. But who wants to just watch the trailer and never watch the actual movie? Who wants to just watch just a scene, just 2 minutes of it, and not watch the entire hour or whatever it is? It's kind of like you're cheating yourself, aren't you? You're not getting the bigger picture of it. You're not really allowing yourself to really feel that entire movie because you're only diving into just a clip of that the bigger story of it all. We're cheating ourselves. It would be so stupid, like, don't you think it would be silly for literally for there to just be trailers that you see and not ever watch the full movie. Isn't that so silly? But you really think about it and you flip your perception where it's the same, it's perception of the movie, but now you're using that perception to see and think about, okay, if you flip the script a little bit and you think about people, us, human beings who are keeping our entire story from everybody and even from ourselves, from truly living out the full movie out of something that doesn't even exist. Fear truly doesn't exist. It's just something playing out in our minds. That's truly all it is. It's us not having control of what's playing out in our minds. When we do, it's like we have the remote sitting in our hands. This is how it is with our mind. We have the remote sitting in our hands, but we're just like, damn that, oh man, I didn't like that thought. Oh, that didn't make me feel good either. You're just watching it, right? You're just listening to these thoughts. It's like if you're watching your thoughts on the TV or on the movie, right? And you're holding the remote where you can literally press pause, rewind. I don't like that. Let me rewind it. Let me just, okay, I heard it, okay, but I'm not gonna give more room to what can continue to happen in that scene. I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna press pause, I'm gonna stop it, I'm gonna have an intermission right now. I'm gonna sit with what happens, but not too long to where I get caught up and I wanna forward into more of that thought and that feeling that didn't make me feel good. We literally have all the control that we need up here and here. We have the remote sitting in our, I know it's not a remote, guys, come on, just work with me. We literally have the remote within us to decide, you know what? I know this person told me this one time, or they might not have exactly said it in those exact words, but I felt their energy of what they meant. And I'm not gonna continue playing that scene over and over and over and over again when I'm trying to do something that's gonna get me past it. But when I'm trying to get past it, I continue coming back to this scene that didn't make me feel good, that made me suppress who I am and how I feel and what I like to do, or where I like to go, or how I like to dress, or how I like to speak, or how I like to dance, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. We keep playing that scene when we can just as easily just remove it. Put on a different movie. Pause it. Stop it. Don't continue on with it. Observe how it makes you feel. Go back to that scene if you need to just observe how it made you feel. And realize that of how it made you feel is not something that is elevating your spirit and your soul. And instead change that to where you understand and you feed it with love that, you know what this person thought about me or said about me or felt about me or whatever, it really is none of my business. To take it personal, to have that damage me within myself, that's not something that is serving my highest good for me to be doing. And when someone is saying something that's not so nice or feeling something, and even if they don't say it, but you feel their energy because you're intuitive, because we are all intuitive and we can all pick up on those energies. It's something that's going on within them. It has nothing to do with you. How can we give someone so much power over us to have that dictate how we're gonna go on living the rest of our lives? How silly does it sound for you to think back 10 years back when something happened and someone told you something so silly when you actually think about it. In the moment it wasn't silly and it really hurt you. And that's something to acknowledge. But don't acknowledge it too much to where you literally are turning over the power of your remote to that person, saying, you know what? You're right. God made me this way, and I am who I am because God created me this way. And I know that God created this of what's part of me right now because I'm not harming anybody. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not out of malice trying to do anything towards anybody else. I'm just being me. And I'm doing it out of love. So that's how I know that's what God created within me. So how am I going to go and hand over the remote to you because you don't think that this is the way that I should be? Or this is what I should do? Or this is how I should act? Or this is how I should think? Maybe because it's not. Sometimes it's because it's not serving them. Maybe sometimes it's because, something happened in their morning, throughout their day, right before they met with you, and that's why they weren't all that happy at that moment. And you could have come. A ray of sunshine just comes and they can't enjoy that sun because they're still stuck in the rain. Or you can't enjoy the rain because all you want is the sun, but right now we have rain. So enjoy the rain while it's here and enjoy the sun when it comes. We put way too much power in other people's hands that it's not to say they don't deserve it. It's not to say that they're not worthy. It's not to say that they are any less of being able to have that of us. It's not to say, it doesn't have anything to do with that. No one will ever be worthy enough. No one will ever be No one's ever going to be any kind of perfect anything to receive that part of you. I was stuck trying to find a word, but there's no given word, there's no given situation, there's no given anything where someone deserves that power over us. Not our mom, not our dad, not our cousin, not our grandpa, not our best friend, not our favorite teacher, not our mentor, not our dog. Nothing and nobody but God. And God's the one that accepts us for who we truly are. God knows you more than you know yourself. Every day I'm figuring out who I really am. And as days pass by, I realize more and more of who I really am. Shutting out the noise in this physical world, shutting out the noise within here, telling me, reminding me, trying to take me back to those scenes, but no, I know I got the key, where if something's not feeling right to me, I can change the channel. I could just press stop. I could just easily just walk away. You know what? I'm not vibing with this movie right now, so let's just turn it off. I don't gotta watch it just because someone so special to me recommended it to me. I don't have to watch it. I could just give them my honest opinion, my honest, loving opinion, and that's it. That's it. If they love themselves, they'll love you enough to love your opinion too. I know that, oh, for real, you felt that way? True. Okay, I could see that. All right. They gave me something different to think about. They gave me another emotion to feel. I wonder why that made her feel that way. And it gives us something, it sparks something else within our souls and our spirits when we accept someone else's opinion of just being an opinion and realizing that someone else's opinion doesn't have to separate them from us. Nothing can ever separate us from someone else or something different. Different of how our eyes see it, but not different from how our soul and our spirit recognizes it. Because our soul and our spirit always recognizes that energy. It doesn't recognize things from how we see it. It doesn't recognize things from how we hear it. But the way that it recognizes it from how we hear it is the way it makes us feel when we hear it. The way it makes us feel when we see it. That's how our soul recognizes things. And not even like, it just even helps, it reminds me of, that's how our spirit knows where it's been in previous lifetimes, because it feels something where it's like, wait, you meet someone and it's like, I know this person somewhere. I know you from somewhere, and that person usually always feels it too if they're in tune, or if they tune at least in that moment to you saying it. I know you from somewhere. I may not be able to tell you from where. I may not be able to remember where I met you in this lifetime, but it's because it's our spirit talking to us. It's our higher self letting us know we've been there before. We've met this person before. Our energies are responding to each other. They recognize each other before we even get near. We're filled with so much intelligence within us. We're filled with so much intelligence within us, but we're just brainwashed into thinking that this life is all there is. And it's about the perception of really what you mean what you mean within yourself when you see this life. Is it just this life? Is it just an earth? Is it just a tree? Is it just sand? Is it just an ant? Is it just a bee? Am I just me? Is this just today? It's just Monday. It's just this day of the month and this day of the year, and it's just another day. Is it just another day? Is this right here just another moment that you're spending and wasting? Or do you have your perception flipped where, you know what? You dissect and reach into the soul of everything, where you don't just look at something as just what it is or what it seems to be, but you look at something for all the beauty that it's filled in, for all of the love that God put into that, for all the time. Time is an illusion, so I'll just knock that one out actually. Who knows how much time God actually took to create all of this? Who really knows? But I know it's not like something like when we're in school and where they're trying to finish homework and it's like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? It's 2 + 2 is not equaling 4 right now. What am I doing wrong? I know it's not nothing like that God went through. But really seeing every single thing for more than what it really is. And again, we have that power. The remote is in our hands. To be able to appreciate the smallest little thing that our eyes see, the smallest little things that we touch, that we feel, that we connect with. If I go and I meet someone, it's not me just meeting oh, you're just a random stranger. Yeah, I met some random stranger today. No. If I go and God brings me, has that person's day align with my day perfectly. We were doing completely different things. We just so happened to be aligned at that exact moment, at that exact place, at that exact time. No coincidence in that, right? So even through that alone is the beginning of seeing things more than what they really are. It's not just, for me, something like that is not just a situation of me just having a random conversation with a random person who just randomly started talking to me, or I to them, or this conversation just randomly came about. No. I flipped my perception to knowing that God brought this person to me as me to them at this moment, right now, right here. For a beautiful, beautiful, energetic exchange. I could think of it as just a conversation, or I could think of it as something way more than just a conversation, where it stirred our soul and it stirred our spirit. And I know I got completely off topic about being who you truly are, but sometimes being able to break free of the fear of being who we truly are, authentically, unapologetically, is just taking a moment to look at the simple things that God created and realizing that there's no resistance in that. The bee isn't trying to be a tree. It just is a bee. An ant's not trying to be a bird. It just is an ant. You, me, why should we try to be or do or have or act or want or think in a way that someone else wants us to, or that that you think society wants you to be and think and do and have and whatever it is? All we can do is just be. We can only be ourselves. I can go and try to be a bee all I want. I'm not gonna be a bee. The only thing I can be is me. Bee. So many bees, huh? Wrong, wrong example, but whatever. No one can ever be me. And you can go and try and audition and, no, I'm just kidding, but you can go and I can try to be you all I want. I can practice all day and night. I can literally observe every single move that you make, the way that you move your hands, the way that you talk, the way that you, whatever. No matter what. And even maybe on the physical appearance, you can try and tweak yourself as much as you want to be another person. But your spirit will never change. What you created yourself to be when you first came into this earth, however you placed your stars, the planets, the moon, everything on your chart that creates who you are. You can't go and construct it another way because someone told you to, or because you think that you aren't worthy of being yourself. You can only be you. I can only be me. That's the beauty about all of us being here sharing this earth together, that we all have our own thing to bring to the table. All of us do. There's no competition out there. The only competition is yourself. There's nobody holding you back from being yourself but you. So why not be kind to yourself? Be loving to yourself. Be accepting of yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't leave yourself for dead last and put everybody else first. Be comfortable with being selfish with your energy and with your emotions and how you feel and how you think and where it is that you want to take a breath in. Some places I don't feel like breathing. It's like, it feels so stuffy in here. I love you guys, but I'm gonna walk outside. I mean, honestly though, I've become really comfortable with being selfish with myself. I don't care who it is. I don't care what you want to tell me. I don't care the relation. I don't. If you're not helping me elevate myself as I am trying to help others elevate themselves as well through the process of me elevating my own energy, then there's no reason for you to be around me. I love you and I can love you from a distance. I understand how energy works. I don't need you here physically with me for me to give you love, for me to share my thoughts with you. I can do that energetically. I can do it remotely. And I can talk to you through God. But I don't need to have my energy drained and plug my voltage, my electric plug, because we're electromagnetic beings, into someone else's plug who doesn't hold that high voltage as I do. Therefore, they're just gonna drain me. No, I'm going to take my high voltage and I'm gonna plug it into the plug that is meant for my plug. Oh yeah, I crack myself up sometimes. That was funny. That was smooth, right? We have to be selfish with ourselves. We have to. When it's out of love, when we are no longer feeling very good about being around someone or doing something or or just feel stuck, well, the only way out of that is to stop attracting more of that, to stop revolving yourself around more of that energy that you're not entirely feeling on a high vibe. You want to stop feeling stuck? Well, first you literally have to get yourself out of that stuck energy, because if not, the universe is going to give you more of that stuck energy to continue feeling. Life, it could be so painful, right? Life can be so painful when you are distanced from who you truly are. I know there's been different things that have happened in my life where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to get into a bare energy right now and hibernate until this passes and wake me up when it's another day. But we have to take responsibility over the things that we're creating in our life. We have to. We have to. And the only way to break free from that is to literally walk right through it. Walk right through your fear. By breathing. Breathe. Stay calm. Stay present. And take your mind outside of your body for a moment too. Realize that you aren't your body. We're spirit. We just have a body. We're the entire universe. We have the entire universe within ourselves. God created this universe. We have God within ourselves. And there's no taking God out of it. So if you're struggling with being yourself, nobody else can be you. Nobody else can be you, no matter how hard they try, no matter how many endless hours they go through practicing, trying to be you. Nobody can. I can't be you. You can't be me. The only thing we can be is ourselves. Bring yourself back to loving yourself. Bring yourself back to realizing that you have the remotes in your hands. You have the power to control everything that you want to control. We have the power. And once you start to realize and sit in a little bit of that power, oh my gosh. It sounds silly to say that life is painful. It sounds silly to say that life is just life. It sounds silly to say that you're just literally just going through the week day by day and that's it. Life gets exciting. Life gets really exciting. Really exciting. And the more you know, the more you don't know. And the higher you vibrate, the higher there is to still go. As above, so high, as below, so low. As within, so without. As the self, so the universe. We are everything, and you're everything that you're everything that you can ever wish to be. Talk to God. Ask God's help to release whatever fears it is that you're going through right now. This is me right now facing my fears. This is me right now just, you know what? The heck with everything. The heck with what anybody has to say, period. Period. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Because I'm tired of cheating myself. Tired of cheating myself. I'm tired of thinking back on a situation. It's like, oh man, if only I did that. I wanted to so bad, but I literally had these invisible chains just keeping me down. And these chains weren't even there. But I got the remotes. And I'm choosing what I watch. I'm choosing what I play. I'm choosing what scene it is that I want to participate in. And I'm choosing how my scenes in other people's movies, I'm choosing how deep, how much of an impact, how powerful, how loving of a scene it is that I share with someone else in their movie. We all have that choice. And we all have the choice if we're gonna keep someone based on our comments, based on our insecurities, based on our own fears. We have the choice if we're gonna put that on someone else or if we're gonna face it ourselves. Stop hiding behind other people's shadows. Stop hiding behind whatever wall it is that you created. And break through that. Break through that and don't create another trauma for someone else to go and try to heal themselves for being themselves just because you can't be yourself. We all have a responsibility here to get through our own traumas, heal them, to get through our own fears, and realize that they don't even exist, they're just an illusion. And to bring ourselves back to source. Back to the essence of who we truly are, which is God. And God is love. And God is always going to love who you are. And no matter what it is that we've done when we weren't listening to our higher self, when we were in the distraction of not paying attention to God's voice, God loves us anyway. So don't judge someone else for their situation of being distracted too, because we've all been there. Love them through that, and you'll help them heal. But break through your fears, because nobody else is gonna do that for you, and nobody else can be you, and we need you. You need you. And this is me just being free and being me. I love you guys.